What is up, guys? I'm back here again with another one. In this video, I'll be sharing a simple and highly effective scalping strategy. Now, this strategy is an absolute game changer in your trading journey. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Please note, any information herein is not intended, nor does it constitute financial, tax, legal, investment, or any other advice. This is a really simple scalping strategy that can make you a ton of profit, all right? So essentially what you want to do is to look for past floors that would be opposing a current movement. Okay, so what do I mean by that? You can clearly see that the market has been pushing up. This is on the daily time frame on the step index. The market has been pushing up. And what you'll notice is we got to this area and we have been selling ever since for the past 2 days. So essentially what you want to do is to investigate, right? What is causing that sell movement? And what you'll notice is that as this market pushes up, if you just look to your left, right, we have what we would call the opposing move of this upward movement. And that opposing move is all of this stuff to your left, all right? So when the market pushes to the upside, even if it wants to go for a long time, it has no choice but to retrace at these past areas that I would call past floors, all right? So why is this a past floor? You can clearly see as we're pushing to the downside, we got here and then we failed to break, then we finally broke. So that makes it a past floor. So once you've mapped out these areas, you want to wait for the market to get in there and to start showing signs of rejections while on that higher time frame. So while on the daily, I see that the market is starting to reject here, where I'm assuming there would be some supply. My next thing to do is to look for an entry while it's still hot to utilize the supply that is currently here. So obviously what I want to do is to always mark out what I'll call the opposing move while I'm on the higher time frame. So I'll just shade this whole region here, okay? Including this where my past floor is actually at, okay? So I've shaded it and I want to also map out what I would call a TP area within here. So remember, if I'm entering in and around here, what I want to do is to map out an area that I would call a TP, and that would also be a next past floor. So at times you might need to scale down so that you can get a past floor that is close to somewhere around there if you want to scalp, or even further if you want to hold for a period of time, right? For a long period of time. So I'm going to head over to the H8 time frame, and what you'll notice is, so this is that past floor that I had mapped out, and then there's also this one, a really prominent one. I'm going to make it green, and this would be my TP area, right? So essentially, I would be aiming, okay, to place an entry in and around somewhere around here, and then get out there. So now let's discuss how you would get that entry, right? Because this is on the H8 time frame. The market has come in here. You're trying to get an entry, and you're trying to preferably get out when you get there. What you do is you'd go to the lower time frames, and you want to assess, right, market behavior, especially after we've interacted with that past floor that you have picked up on the higher time frame. So there are many scenarios that usually play out. You know, at times what will happen is we'll get lower highs and lower lows, and you want to wait for the market to come into the most recent high, and then you enter the trade. My students that are part of the scalping masterclass would understand that this would be a nice supply area to get a trade from, okay? And another thing is you could literally just wait for the market to significantly break and close below, all right? And then you'd hide your stop loss all the way there. The reason why you would hide your stop loss all the way there is simply because at times, usually the market likes to tap into here as it goes down, tap into here as it goes down, tap into here as it goes down, and then it will head over to the TP level that you would have mapped out, okay? So I have an example, a live trade example of this where this actually occurred, and I'll be sharing if you just remain, hooked on what we're doing right now. So of course, this would be your entry somewhere within this area, and you're trying to get out over there. And so of course there are more aggressive scalps, and for us to pinpoint that, we just need to quickly go to the higher time frame again. And remember, we are trying to get a TP level, right, at a past floor that is somewhere in and around here. So if you want to make it aggressive and you don't want to hold for the trade for a long period of time, right, you can really look at past floors that are really nearby. So for instance, right, this green one here, it is a past floor, a minor one. So what that means is you're trying to aim to enter somewhere around here and then you get out there, but you need to be informed by what's happening on the on the lower time frames in that specific region, right? So that would mean you want a confirmation somewhere around here. You enter and then you get out there and then you'll be done, okay? So another example of this would be, for instance, on V25, okay? So what you'll notice on V25, is that the market has been pushing to the upside. Okay. Let's just delete everything and talk about what we're seeing, right? So the market has been pushing to the upside, and one can clearly see that for some reason there's some sell momentum on the weekly time frame. So one would want to actually essentially kind of like investigate what is causing that sell momentum, right? And of course, I wouldn't be entering the trade now, but if I was in front of the chart and seeing that there's literally a past floor that is associated with this level of supply starting to come in would make me want to really look for trades in and around here. Okay, so I've marked that past floor. If it's not as clear, feel free to go to the daily time frame and you would actually be able to spot exactly which past floor is doing what, right? So just being on the daily time frame, I would want to map out this, okay, over here. All right, this would be my past floor. You can see we got here, failed to break, and then we finally broke. Nicely zoom it out like that. You can go back to the weekly so that you can shade the area that you want to be interested in, right? So our past floor is here, and I would essentially shade all of this, right? Because this is my opposing move, and I want to get nearby past floors, right? That would be my TP levels, right? So while I'm on this time frame, I would rather go to the daily and scale down to see if there are next past floors that would qualify as nice TP areas, right? And so for instance, I see another one over here. Right? I'm going to mark it as red, and what you'll notice there is that it is definitely a pass floor. So what does that mean for an entry, right? So you could be in this trade as we speak, right? In the sense that, remember, you are entering where? At the on the M15 or on the lower time frames when you start seeing that we're breaking below, right? And there's a retest, right? So there's many scenarios where the market would do that. So we have broken below that past ceiling, and there's a nice retest there, right? That you see, and you see weakness to the downside. This is your entry, and you would essentially then wait for the market to get to your mapped out TP area, and you ignore everything. The market has a tendency, as it pushes to the downside to your TP area, right, to obviously move in waves, right? High, like that, lower high, and stuff like that. And so, of course, if your entry is in the right area, which is obviously close to that supply zone, you should be fine. You just let everything play out, like in the live trade example that is to follow. Right, a great example is this live trade I'm currently in, and this is a V51S. As you can see, this is a $100 account, and we're already on 400, so we've actually quadrupled it, basically up 300 US dollars here. And so, the reason for the entry is quite simple, right? Just being on the weekly time frame, I could see that the market was pushing to the upside, and the new weekly candle started to print, and I saw rejections to the downside. Okay, so I saw momentum to the downside on the weekly time frame, and because of that, I then had to locate my opposing move. So the opposing move is obviously what you see right to your left of this current buy move. Where price currently is, this is what's opposing it from the past. So I marked this, then I went to the lower time frames. I shaded it. I went to the lower time frames. I went to the H4 time frame, and as you can see, there are past floors within there. All right. So now just being on the H4 time frame within what I'm calling that opposing move, if I'm to just find that area, which is right here, what you'll notice is the market was printing past floors, right? And as you can see at this past floor, right, the market broke it and started retesting it, and that was my entry. And my target would obviously be this next past floor here. And so when you look at things from, let's say, an M30 perspective, which is why my entry was here, which is that past floor, you can see we started forming highs and lower highs, tapping into there, and that is the reason why I entered. Okay, and yeah, that's basically it. Those of you, my students that have the scalping masterclass, would know that if there's sell momentum and you see a high and a lower high, that gives rise to obviously a nice scalping opportunity. Always say, guys, the game is in the practice. In fact, I would actually want to take this time to share some of my students' results. I've had the privilege of interacting with a couple of people, from around the globe. And, when they send really nice testimonials, it's something that makes me super proud. This is my student all the way from Nigeria. His name is Rashid. As you can see, $52 flip into 660 bucks. And I believe, there's just so much more that he sends, $400 withdrawals, $500 withdrawals, $100 to 800 bucks, all in one trade. Yeah, it's all over the show, right? $77 to 1,000. The show goes on really. This is also one of my students from Namibia. He's basically dealing with a lighter account. There's a $10 account. and he's flipped that to 80 bucks all in one trade. And I believe he actually sent this to me today, which is really clean. Henderson, all the way from Jamaica, sent this to me today as well. $64 to 138. This is simply just doubling the account. Another one over here, you clearly see $400 to 1,140. So all these things are very much possible. I receive, so many of these testimonials on a daily basis. I try to post on my socials most of these things, but to be honest, I can't post all of them simply because there are way too many. This is one of my students here, TCJ. It's a $227 hold on a traded. I mean, this is definitely another guy who, literally always sends, some really nice stuff, 600 to 800 bucks all in one trade. So, I mean, look, the proof is in the pudding, really. It's all about the work. If you really zone in and look for one thing and focus and not panic, and you also don't over leverage your account, be comfortable with what you're risking, you'll be well on your way. All right. So if you like what you see, feel free to contact me. You can find my contact details in the description of this video. Until next time, ciao.
Yes.